One of the major challenge the world faces today is delivering world-class healthcare affordably. This is something that affects individuals, the companies that we work for, and countries that we live in. Unless this is solved soon, it has the potential to hurt the economies of the world, let alone lead to diminished quality of life, and even worse, lead to unnecessary deaths. In this talk, I will present the highlight of a study that was conducted by two business school professors here in the United States, Vijay Govindarajan from Dartmouth and Ravi Ramamurthy from Northeastern, and they presented their study in the November 2013 issue of Harvard Business Review. And what they did was they looked at some 7 to 9 exemplar hospitals in India who actually deliver world-class healthcare affordably and at scale. So my talk is consists of 3 parts. First, I'll look at India and the need for this in that country. Second is how do these hospitals do it? And third is can any of this what they're doing in these hospitals in India be applied in other countries like United States where I live? So let's start with the first part, India. India overall has a real problem with healthcare. It's very poor. Most of the people cannot get it, and when they get it, they can't afford it. So these hospitals wanted to solve this problem. How do we do that? They faced a unique challenge here. Is that how do we do it where we can provide high quality to everybody, both poor and rich, especially when poor people cannot pay or can pay very little. The rich people who can pay but demand quality comparable to hospitals here in the United States and in Europe. That was their challenge. And these hospitals feel that both deserve world-class healthcare that is affordable. So how do they do it? Process innovation, put it simply. And the 3 things they do here are hub and spoke configuration of assets, task shifting, and third is frugality. So let's start with the first one, hub and spoke. Hub and spoke, we're all kind of familiar with this, whether when we ship a package or whether we fly on an airline. Let's take an airline. Like if I'm living in some rural area and I want to fly to another rural area somewhere, I will get on a flight from a regional airport that'll take me to a hub, and from hub, I'll take another flight that'll take me to my destination. And we don't mind this because it gets us to our destination safely and affordably, even though it may take additional couple of hours. And we have now accepted this way of flying. And these hospitals essentially follow this model. The spoke facilities take care of diagnosis, routine treatment, and follow-up care. And when needed, they'll channel the patients to the hub facility where procedures are performed and surgery takes place. Obviously, you can see from this that the volume brings down the cost, but it also tends to improve the quality. One is it enables the specialist to transfer knowledge faster. It leads to specialists improving their skills by observing other experts. The third thing they also do here is that they're constantly working on improving the protocol to reduce errors. Second thing is task shifting. Task shifting is pretty straightforward. If I'm a doctor, then I should be spending time doing what I do best, surgery. Don't want to spend time doing nurse's job or the administrator's job. So everybody essentially is optimized in such a way that you increase the throughput through this facility. One of the interesting thing they do with task shifting is some of the tasks even gets shifted to family members, such as providing care in the hospital. They train them. And then when they go home, they can continue providing that care. So this improves the quality and also it reduces the cost drastically. The third thing they do is frugality. This is nothing more than improving the quality while sucking the cost out of providing healthcare. The three things that I found interesting that they do is one is they tend to reuse certain items that in US is not done. So for example, like clamps that they use for heart surgery, they will reuse it. Now this is okay as long as it meets JCI strict sterilization guidelines. So these clamps can get reused 40 to 50 times. So it's reducing the cost without compromising on the quality. The second thing is the hospitals do not look like 5 or 7 star hotels. The focus here is on care, not how you feel while you're there. The third thing is they don't purchase these high priced equipment, they pay per use basis. And companies that do business with them don't mind because the volume is high and they can recoup their cost fairly quickly. So this gives you a general idea on how they do it. The third part is, can any of this be even applied here in the United States and other countries? The good news is yes. There is nothing that they're doing that is something that is so different or so bizarre or so radical. They are essentially focusing on providing quality healthcare affordably. But the bad news is this will require all kinds of changes. Changes from an individual's perspective on how we want our healthcare, from a doctor's perspective where they have to start putting care before profits. And the third thing is politics has to stay out of healthcare so that politics is not protecting special interest groups over the real interest is to providing high quality healthcare affordably. Unless this is done soon, we're going to go from high quality healthcare that's unaffordable to poor healthcare that is unaffordable.